Puckett sends her regards, but Miss Puckett is at home taking care of her son who has the flu. So we would much rather her be there and keep all those germs there than come here. But we are missing her, so she wanted me to make sure that I tell you a few specific things, and I will be mentioning those as we go through. And this is for 467, which is the Management and Leadership course. We'll continue to use this book this semester and the summer semester, so you've already got the correct book. This is the home page for the course, and as you already know, the modules and everything's on the left-hand column, and that's where we're going to start today. Now, as I click the first module, you can see your course overview is there. Ms. Puckett wanted me to make sure that I open this up and show you how to access it. If I were you, I would go ahead and print this information so that you have it readily available. The assignments are listed here. You know when they're due. Well, we'll tell you when they're due, and these are the points for each one. This scale, of course, you have to have 370 points to make a C, and you cannot make a D and pass in this course. So we want to remind you of that. Your topical outline is here, and your conceptual teaching outline is here, and this identifies your content with your outcomes. It matches with what our expectations are for the course. And now I'm going to go through some of the assignments with you. Just going back to modules. You have the tutorial for accessing academic journals. I know you have that in your other course. We put it here for your convenience. The textbook survey. I need to remind you that the textbook survey will be available March the 20th. And if you'll please go in and do that survey, it takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes to get that done. She will also, Ms. Puckett will also add a survey around March, the 1st of March, and the title of that survey will be Facilities, Resources, and Services. And it's very important that you participate in these two surveys. It helps us know if you have what you need, and it helps us to prepare for the next students. And then the third module talks about ATI. We gave you the information regarding your basics and your certificate again, just because we wanted to remind you of those. The ATI, you use the same information that you did whenever you were in NU467, and you do not create a new account. You will use your same account as always. The first assignments, there's 2 assignments for ATI, the assignment 1 and assignment 7. Assignment 1 is due January the 27th. You don't have to wait till the 27th to put that in. If you already have that, you've already created it, go ahead and upload. We'll be glad to go ahead and look at those for you. Planning and organizing. Planning and organizing is going to focus on a group assignment, and we want to make sure that you know for the group assignment, you'll need to select 3 to 4 people to be in your group. It has to be within the same TE. And one thing that we want you to know, since the first one is due February the 1st, Ms. Puckett wants you to be sure and send us those names. You can send them to her email, which is lapuckett@nuw.edu, or you can send them to my email, which is djwilliams1@nuw.edu. Now, this particular assignment, she wants you to have those names in to us by January the 25th. So if you want to go ahead and start looking at those names and select those people that you know you can depend on, that will participate, that will contribute, that will not leave you out on a limb. So go ahead and get those people turned in to us. she wanted me to remind you that once you select that first group for this project, then the other groups will be the same members. So make sure you get the best. All right, professionalism and transitional issues is next. Oh, I want to show you one more thing on the planning and organizing. When you begin to look at the planning group assignment and the organizing group assignment, these will be 80 points and 40 points. They're both due February 1. And these values will be utilized for this information, and the ethical principles will be utilized to complete your assignment. So go in and look at that. When you print your assignment, you'll actually be able to input into the downloaded assignment your information so that you can save it and then upload back to Canvas when you have it completed. So it's really easy. You don't have to go out, create a new paper, do all that. You can just download it, input, and then re-upload. Any question about that? Okay. And then we get to professionalism and transitional issues. And we want you to know that you have the Mississippi Nurses Association member form if you're interested in applying for membership. You have the M&A Lobby Day. The Lobby Day, and write this down, now it's in this information, but write this down. That will be January the 25th. Now, January the 25th, you do not have to pay to attend the Lobby Day. But there's one, which is the M&A Legislative Summit, which is noted on February the 7th. February the 7th. And I'm going to open those forms for you in just a second. But you do have to pay a minimum of $35 to attend the summit. Now, as you look at when can I be off, what could I do, if you attend either the Lobby Day or the Summit Day, then you will not have to complete sections 1 and 2 of Assignment 3. Now, if your schedule will not allow you to attend one of these, we understand that. And you will just be responsible for completing the whole assignment for Assignment 3. Now, if you do choose to attend the summit, I'm going to show you that form. Here's the M&A Nursing Summit form. It's from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, February the 7th. If you're an M&A member, of course, you pay one amount, but if you're a full-time student, you're going to pay $35. So don't get excited about being a member or non-member. You want to make sure that you pay the $35 to attend as a student. You'll want to complete this. You won't want to wait until February the 6th to put that in the mail. Why? Because it won't ever make it to Jackson, Mississippi by then. So plan ahead. If you want to go ahead and pay for that, then that's great. But just don't wait till the last minute. If you do wait till the last minute, make sure you print off your receipt and have everything ready, so that you can prove that you were there. Now, Ms. Walker and Ms. Puckett will be at both of these M&A days. So make sure when you get there that you go in, that you look for them, that you sign in, because that's your proof, okay? Any questions about that one? And it's pretty fun, because you learn a lot of things that you did not know, and you get to rub elbows with a lot of people that you may never see again. So it's really a wonderful opportunity.
I just want to clarify, I couldn't quite hear. If we go to Jackson to either of the events, what assignments do you not have to do?
Assignment 3, and I'm going to show you that. Assignment 3, section 1 and 2, you will not have to do. Now you have to complete the rest of it. this is your professionalism and transitional issues. You would open it here, and the rubric was there. When you print that off, you can print the rubric and everything so that you understand exactly what's going on. But you see right here, it says one M&A event will count for both sections 1 and 2. For example, if a student attends the summit, then the student does not have to complete sections 1 and 2. And let me get that where we can all see it. There's section 1, professionalism. And then there's section 2, legal and political advocacy. And we'll just note that you've attended the M&A, and you'll have signed in with Ms. Walker and Ms. Puckett, so we'll know for sure. And then you'll actually, if you attend only one of those, you still get credit for section 1 and 2. And then you'll go in and do section 3, and then you're done. And you'll learn so much, you'll just be amazed. All right, and I was talking about the rubric. Here's the rubric. It tells you exactly what you need. If you choose not to go to one of those days, you'll have all the information regarding the expectation. And then we use this rubric to grade your information by. Okay, I'm going back to modules. If you decide to go to the M&A day or the summit day, we want you to dress very professionally. It's a business attire. Now, do we want you to go out and buy a suit? No, we don't. But we don't want you to come down there in shorts or jeans either. We want you to wear a white lab coat if you have one. If you don't have a white lab coat, we don't expect you to go buy one. But we do want you to look like you're a wonderful student from Mississippi University for Women. So be professional when you get there. All right, the next thing, let's see, I've already gotten down to the shared governance. I mentioned a while ago for all the group projects, you would use the same members. For shared governance this time, we're changing that up just a little bit. Ms. Puckett wants you to either do that on your own or to select one other person. That person has to come out of your same TE. If you want to do it alone, you don't have to contact us. If you want one other person that you want to pair with to do the shared governance, then you will need to email either Ms. Puckett or me. Now, Ms. Puckett will primarily be taking care of TE1, TE2, and TE3, and I will primarily be taking care of TE4 and TE5. But does that mean you can't call me about TE1? Of course not. We want to be available to you at all times. You have our phone numbers, our emails. We answer phones all time of the day. Well, I don't know about night because I'm a heavy sleeper. But if you call me at 3 a.m., I will answer you by 5 a.m. most likely. All right, directing and controlling is another group assignment. That would be the same 3 or 4 people that you started off with for groups. Though that's a total of 100 points there, and that's due April 5th. And then we're down to the assignment 6, which is your NUWBSM portfolio category. And what I want you to realize with this is you started this in NU467, and the very first thing we said is keep a copy of what you submit. If you fail to keep a copy or you cannot find your copy, if you lost your jump drive, if you got a new computer, we understand that, but we're still going to deduct 5 points from you because you did not follow directions. Okay? So it's very important that whenever you go in and complete Category 2 for your NUW portfolio, that you make sure that you submit your 363. If you had suggestions on how to improve your 363 Category 1, go ahead and make those suggestions, because we don't want to count off again. So make those changes and submit all of it together one more time. And then don't forget to save it again, because you're going to submit it again in the summer. So very important to maintain. And then the service learning, of course, we want you all to have 45 points for service learning by the end, which will be in the summer, and you'll turn all that in. We advise you to try to pick up 15 points each semester, which gives you time to get it all done. But some of you, I know, will utilize that and wait until the summer, and that's okay. You just got to realize you cannot pass the course if you don't have, or the program, if you do not have your 45 service learning points. There is a community service verification form there. There's ideas on community service projects. And Ms. Bascom also mentioned that you may join the alumni, and she's going to be telling you more about that. You get, I think, 40 points, 45 points for that.
45 if you join. You get all your points for the program.
So, if I was rushed on time and I needed to be a member of the alumni, it's a wonderful advantage. Go ahead, pay for it, and you got your points, and we're all happy, happy, happy. And group member evaluation is here. I know we're not going to have any problems with our groups in NU467, and we're going to think positive, and we're going to work together, and hopefully we will not need this, but if you do, it is here. Questions?
Yes, ma'am. I was just wanting to know if you were to attend one of the events.
Yes, ma'am.
January 27th, I think, or the February 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
Any of those count for community service points?
You're getting like assignment points for that.
Okay. I didn't know if it counted both.
If you did both of them, you might could negotiate that with somebody, but you're getting points for it.
Okay, just curious.
We didn't give points for that last year, but Ms. Walker says we can work it out. We'll work it out.
If you do, like if you did both of them, you know, like you could get maybe points for your assignment for one of them, and then maybe about 5 points for doing the other or something like that. So I'd find something else.
Other questions?
do have a question. In the fall semester, there were several opportunities offered, like if you donated to this or that. Would we need to have submitted that, like then, or do we just wait and submit it at the end?
The summer is when we'll take all of those. So just keep it in a safe place. You know, sometimes I want to keep it real safe and I forget where I put it. So don't do like I do, but be sure to keep it in a safe place. And you know, I just want to tell you that we're so happy that you're here. We're so happy that you're members of this NUW University. And you know, it's just wonderful to have you. And it makes our job so nice and pleasant to be able to come here and work with you and know that you can call us, and we most of the time are very civil on the phone. Hopefully we always are, you know, if it's not too early in the morning. But I'm very glad to be a member of this faculty, and I think it's a great blessing to be able to work here and to have you as students. And I wish you the best. I do want you to know that Dr. Mills was Dr. Cox in 1995, and I went through this program, and I was sitting, maybe not in this particular building, but we had the little building across in the front of ICC, and that's where we would meet. And you know, at that time it wasn't online always. Some of it was, but most of it we would meet every week, and we'd get to sit with Dr. Mills or Dr. Cox and learn. And let me tell you, when I was there. I had no indication that I would ever go back to school. I said, once I get out of this, I'll never do this again. Don't say never. Remember, somebody said that a while ago. I think Miss Walker did. But that's exactly what happened. But when I signed up for the master's program with the University of Southern Mississippi, because what I had learned from Dr. Cox, I was already miles ahead of the students that did not know other things about research. So it's a great compliment to Dr. Mills and what all she and her staff do. It made my job a lot easier back then. And then I decided to go on and get my doctorate. So there's lots of people here that are in school working on their doctorate, and they understand how it is to have a full-time job, a full-time family, and go to school. And we're even going to have a baby tomorrow, so we're going to learn how to take care of a baby too while we're doing all that.